Hey guys, are you ready for chapter 4 of this book, Rent a Bridesmaid, written by, of course you know it, Jacqueline Wilson, my favorite author. Yeah, I love books from Jacqueline Wilson. She wrote children's book that's really good, and I have almost all of her books. Almost, not nearly. So today I will read chapter 4. You ready? Let's discover out about it. So yeah, let's start it. Chapter 4. I've got the bridesmaid dress, said Maddie in the playground, and it's truly hideous. I look a right idiot in it. I bet you don't, I said. Yes, I do, and I absolutely hate the shoes. They're deep pink and very pointy, with funny heels. I can't walk properly in them. They've got heels? I asked. Not high heels, little stubbly silly things that make you turn your ankle. Oh, and the knickers, they've got frills. They look ridiculous. It will be total torture wearing them, Maddie wailed. You are funny. Most girls would give anything to be a bridesmaid and wear a beautiful dress. I said, sighing. Then you swap places with me at the Gretsch wedding, said Maddie. Well, I wish I could. No, really, you do it much better than me. I'm bound to trip or tread on Aunt Rachel's gown or something. I just know I get bored and mess about and get into trouble. Then don't. Yes, but I have this sort of itch to do it, and then I simply can't resist, said Maddie. I like it when people laugh at me. I even like it when they don't laugh and get cross instead. You're a nutcase, I said fondly. I wish I could come to your Aunt Rachel's wedding. I would love to see you as a bridesmaid. Then come. Oh, yes, please come. It's a street saver. It's in North London somewhere. You're not doing anything next Saturday, are you? Then come with us. You can squeeze up with Lewis and me in the back of the car. It would be great to have you there. I'll tell Mom it's the only way I'll manage to behave. She likes you. She said you're a good influence on me, said Maddie. She tucked her dress in her knickers and started doing cartwheel. It was hard work keeping up with her. Did she really say that? I asked, trying to talk to Maddie's head as it revolved. She said it to my dad. I overheard. Yeah, oh Tilly, it'll be so cool to have you there, especially afterwards at the reception. That's like a great big party in the hotel. You'll get lots to eat, and it won't matter too much if I spill stuff down the dress, because I have done my bit in the church. Then there's lots of dancing. You're quite good at dancing, are you? I think you do. Lewis is absolutely rubbish. He just jumped up and down. Are you sure your mom wouldn't mind? Of course she won't mind, Maddie assured me. She ran to ask her the minute we finished school that afternoon. I followed her, though I could see Auntie Sue beckoning to me, but Maddie's mom was shaking her head. I'm sorry, girls. I'd love you to come too, Tilly, but you have to be properly invited to a wedding. Rachel will have booked a specific number of people at the reception, all of us sitting in special places. She said Tilly and I can share a chair. She's so skinny, she won't take up any extra room, said Maddie. She's desperate to come, Mama. She's want to see me in my stupid primus dress. It's not stupid, it's beautiful. Well, tell you what, Tilly. You come to have tea with us tomorrow, and we'll dress Maddie up in her posh frock and she can give us a little twirl. Would you like to do that? Shall I ask your Auntie Sue then? She's not my auntie, I insist, but we had to ask her. She looked a bit put out, but when Dad came to collect me, I asked and he said yes, hurry. So the next afternoon, I didn't go to Auntie Sue's home and drink my milk and eat my tea cake and watch Pointless. I went to Maddie's and we had little yogurts and a banana each, and then Maddie had to go have a stripped down wash so she wouldn't get her bridesmaid frock sticky or stained, and then she put it on. I stared at her. She was still matty above the neck, but her red hair needing a good brush, and she wore grubby socks and trainers instead of the new pink shoes. But her raspberry pink dress made her look like an angelic stranger's. The soft, subtle color was beautiful, even with her bright hair, and the silk hung perfectly, rustling slightly as she moved. The dress has been so cleverly cut and styled. Maddie was scrawny with sharp elbows and scabby knees, but the puff sleeves make her arms look slender and graceful, and the ruffles on her dress hid her knees altogether. "Doesn't she look a picture?" said Angie proudly. I nodded. "She looks amazing, perfect," I said. "Amazingly hideous," said Mattie, pulling a gargle face. "I can't stand the way this dress feels. Oh, slippery against my skin. I'm taking it off right this minute." She started tugging at it impatiently. "I like the way it feels," said Lewis, picking up the hem of the skirt and rubbing against his nose like a comfort blanket. "Don't use it like a hanky," said Angie. Drink some water. Maddie, stop pulling. "You'll tear those stitches all over again. What a pair you are. What am I going to do with them, Tilly?" "Tickle them, silly," I said without thinking. It was what Mom used to say to me when I was little, and I was making a fuss or I couldn't go to sleep. "I'm going to tickle you, silly," she said. And she would lightly tickle my neck until I hunch up my shoulder and squirm away, giggling helplessly, all worries forgotten. I tried to tickle my own neck after she gone, but it didn't work. My face must have gone all sad now because Angie put her arm around me. "Would you like to try on Maddie's bridesmaid dress to see what it looks like on you, Tilly?" she asked. She eased Maddie out of her outfit, pulled my school dress off, and then slipped a wonderful pink silk over my head. I felt its softness and whispering over my shoulders. She zipped me up carefully and then turned me around to look in the mirror. I looked different too. The pink looked wonderful, making my mousy hair seem almost blonde. I was usually ghostly pale, but excitement made little pink patches on my cheeks. I was still too skinny, but the dress grabbed me softly. I usually walk with my head bent, but now I stood up straight to show off the dress. "Wow," said Maddie. "That dress looks heap better on you, Tilly." "No, it doesn't," I said quickly. "Yes, it does," said Maddie's mom, Angie. "You look as if you were born to wear that dress." "I do hope you get to be a bridesmaid yourself soon, Tilly," I just shrugged. "Me?" I said as if I've never thought of such a thing before. Then I had to take the bridesmaid dress off again, and Angie put it in its plastic bag and took it away to hang in her own bedroom. Mattie and Lewis and I had a good long game of warrior princesses before supper. Maddie was inspired by the new film, and Princess Powerful urged her dinosaur on to new and ever more violent action. Soon, Princess Go to Sleep and Princess Pony were redender powerless, and their own subject savaged to death. "It's not much fun if Princess Powerful always wins," said Lewis. "It is such glorious fun," said Maddie, making Princess Powerful strut commandingly across the carpet, her dinosaur bounding along behind her. She drawn red felt pen around their mouths over their scaly chests to indicate their recent gargling. "Bluey looks as if she got lipstick on," I said. "Yes, she does rather, doesn't she?" said Maddie. "Perhaps she's in love with Scally and she's trying to impress him." She made Blue and Scally kiss with funny slurpy sound that sent Lewis into a fit of giggles. "Yes, they're definitely in love," I said. "Hey, maybe they want to get married." Dinosaurs don't get married, Lewis said. Dinosaur can do anything we want, said Maddie. Great idea, Tilly. Okay, let's get cracking. I'll make all the food for the wedding feast, and I'll make Blue her bridal gown. I said, what will I do then? Asked Lewis. You can get those old building bricks and build a church, I suggested. So Lewis built a church using books too, as his bricklayer skills were basic, and his first church came tumbling down before we got the dinosaurs arranged. Maddie took her nearly new packet of plastic scents and used the red strip to make a big meat cake, and fashioned a green strip into a leaf tart for the herbivores. I raided their dressing up box and designed a beautiful wedding frock with long train out of a screaming chiffon scarf. I searched for a raspberry pink scarf to use for bridesmaid dresses for any likely little girl dinosaur, but I couldn't find any pink at all. I lined all the littlest dinosaurs up in a row and made them cry. We want raspberry pink bridesmaid dresses. Oh, hoo hoo. We won't be naked. We can't be naked at Bluey's wedding. I think they want a bridesmaid battle dress, said Mattie. They're rusty and tomboy girls. She dug out an old pair of green and brown camouflage trousers from the back of her wardrobe. Cut these up. No, I can't cut your trousers. They're too little for me now. They come halfway up my leg, said Maddie, and Lewis can't wear them because she's such a podge. I don't want to wear them. They're stupid, said Lewis. The dinosaur girl didn't think their new dresses were stupid at all. I cut them each a dress, attaching it with little gold safety pins. Then I made a camouflage coat for Scally and a silver helmet out of thimble. Princess Powerful was the vicar, officiating at the front of the church. Princess Go to Sleep and Princess Pony assembled with the cuddly toys and the ponies in neat rows. Princess Powerful wasn't very sure of the right words for the wedding service. Princess Pony prompted her, but when they got to the part where the assembly was asked if anyone objected to the wedding, Specky Thumb Dinosaur screamed that he wanted to marry Bluey. Oh. Then Scally objected to his cheek, and there was a terrible fight between the two males. They knocked everyone flying, even the poor bride. I was annoyed with Spiky Thumb because I wanted to do the wedding properly. I kept trying to make the dinosaurs stop fighting, but Princess Powerful urged them on and made all the bridesmaids join in. Good Lord, what's going on? It's like the World War III in here. Angie was standing in the bedroom doorway, shaking her head at us. It's a dinosaur wedding, Mama, and Scally and Specky Thumb are killing each other, said Lewis. Angie roared with laughter. You girls, what will you sing up next? Look, declare a truce with the dinosaur for half an hour while you come and eat supper. I'm just about to dish up macaroni cheese. Oh, jump, said Maddie, and she jumped up, scattering the bride and the groom and all their food. It was so strange. 1 minute the dinosaurs seemed so huge and angry. They roared around the room, their heads scraping their ceiling, their tails lashing against the wall. Then the next minute, they were just little plastic dinosaurs lying on their backs with their feet in the air. Funny. It was so strange that everyone made such a fuss if I threw a field dinosaur, whereas Angie found it funny when Maddie made Scally and Spiky Thumb attack each other savagely. I knew why. Of course, I was the girl who'd gone a bit weird ever since her mom had left her. Maddie was a bouncy girl with a lovely family, so nobody thought she was weird, no matter what she did. I was a droopy girl with only half a family, so Dad and Auntie Sue and Miss Hope were worried that I was disturbed when I was just playing normally. It wasn't fair. It also wasn't fair that Maddie was going to be a bridesmaid on Saturday, wearing the most beautiful dress in the whole world. and I wasn't. Maddie's so lucky, I said to Dad as he was driving me home. Yes she is, said Dad. I wish I was going to be a bridesmaid. I know, love. I've never ever been to a wedding. Come to think of it, neither have I, said Dad. I didn't say anything else until we got home. It wasn't bedtime yet. Dad suggested we might watch a DVD together, but there wasn't anything I fancied. Dad brought out the better cardboard box of Ludo that he had when he was a boy. We played one game, but it wasn't really exciting when it was just the two of us. So then we just sat on the sofa together, staring into space. Dad, I said, yes? Why didn't you and Mom get married? Well, not all moms and dad married. Yes, but didn't Mom want a lovely wedding? I couldn't help thinking that if Mom and Dad had been properly married, she might have gone away. If they'd been married, it would have taken a while before they could get divorced. Mom would still belong to us until then. Mom didn't fancy a wedding at all, said Dad. She laughed at the idea. She said she couldn't stand the idea of prancing about in a white dress. She was always so funny and lively and unconventional, but she always wanted to do things differently. You know what she was like, Tilly? Yes, I said uncertainly. Yes, do remember her, don't you? Asked Dad, looking startled. Yes, of course I do, but I don't know how to think about her. Sometimes I just love her and want her so much, and sometimes I hate her for going away and not coming back, I said in a very small voice. I feel exactly the same way, said Dad, and he reached out and pulled me close for a cuddle. Tell you what, he added, taking into my hair, we'll have a very special day out on Saturday. Where would you like to go? Not the zoo, I said. Not the zoo, said Dad. Perhaps we could go shopping at the flower field center. I knew Dad hated going shopping, especially at the flower field center. I rather wanted to go, but I shook my head. Then how about an amusement park? Dad suggested. One with those roller coaster rides. I thought about it. I knew Mandy would be wildly envious if I told her I've been to one. She was forever begging her mom and dad to take her, but they wouldn't because they thought Lewis was too little. I've never admitted to Maddie in a million years, but I felt I was maybe too little too. I hated the thought of being up so high and then swooping down, screaming my head off. I imagined my head literally unscrewing and spinning through the air like a ball. I think I might feel a bit sick on a roller coaster ride. I said, well, that's a relief. I didn't really fancy it either, said Dad. We'll cross an amusement park of our list. So how about a park? A big ornamental park with a lake and statue and little bridge. It sounded a bit boring, but I said yes, and it was actually quite interesting. There was an amazing crystal grotto like a very big dark cave, with thousands of crystal glittering all around us. I held Dad's hand and imagined little goblins glutting out my feet. I tried to get Dad to join in making up a little tribe of goblins, but he wasn't very good at it. He just started listing Dopey and Sneezy and all those other dwarfs in Snow White. Then we climbed up to a Turkish tent at the top of a little hill and sat in it, surviving the grounds below. Dad told me that servant used to come with refreshment for 18th century people visiting the garden. What sort of refreshment? I asked, wishing it still came now. Well, it's a Turkish tent, so perhaps they serve Turkish coffee and Turkish delight, I said, pretending. Oh, look, I just happen to have some Turkish delight in my pocket, said Dad. It wasn't actual Turkish delight. It was a handful of quality street in shiny paper, which was actually even better. Dad let me have the caramel and nut grab in purple. He had the thin yellow toffee stick. Then I twist the colored wrapper around my finger and turn them into tiny glasses, and we toast each other and drank pretend wine. Just pretend, of course. The best place of all in the park was a little castle up another hill. It looked just like a picture in a fairy tale book. Can we go inside? I begged. I think it's a pretend castle, said Dad, but he was wrong. There was a door, and you could go up a winding staircase right to the top and peer out of the turrets. All the room was disappointingly empty. Well, they're just waiting for us to move in and furnish it, said Dad. Then he saw the excitement on my face. I'm pretending, he added quickly. It was still fun deciding on beautiful crimson carpets, as soft as fur, so we could pad about barefoot, and huge velvet sofas, and Chinese cabinet for all our things, and four-posters bed, a big one for Dad and a little one for me. It was very strange how we could furnish the castle so splendidly when we didn't have a clue how to make our new house a comfortable home. We stayed in the castle a long time, pretending we were the king and the princesses of all the land. The meadow, the woods, all the way to the hazy blue hills on the horizon. Happy? Said Dad. Yes, happy, 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 I said. We came down from the castle and walked all the way back through the park, our feet arching now. We spotted a walled kitchen garden near the entrance. Excellent, I said. Let's see what we're growing, and then I decided what to cook for us for our super old king. Promise it's not turnips, princess, said Dad, playing along with me, but we were distracted from our vegetable, surveyed by music and laughter coming from behind the wall. We went to have a look. There was a long white marquee all lit up with sparkling lights, with people in lovely clothes gathered inside. It's a party just for us, I said, and then I realized I saw a lady in a long white frock and a man in a black suit cutting a huge tire cake. It wasn't a party, it was a wedding. But it wasn't Maddie's Aunt Rachel's wedding. These bridesmaids were primrose yellow. They have looked much prettier in raspberry pink. One of them looked round and stared at us. Come on, we can't gate crash a wedding, said Dad. We went back to the car park and drove home. We didn't pretend we were in the mood anymore. So that's the end of chapter 4. Really fun and I love it. So tomorrow will be chapter 5. So bye guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Every day is going to be a much better video coming your way. So bye guys. I feel a little bit tired. Bye.